Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to Togo Motorsport on this fine Tuesday evening. We are here for a new championship. It is the Manufacturers' Cup tonight. A small little mini championship that is going to run for 3 races, I believe. Hang on. Having the details would be nice. 4 races. So, as you can tell, tonight we are at Misano. Then over the next 4 weeks, we have Red Bull Ring, Laguna Seca, and Silverstone. Four round championship, all just for manufacturers based. So everyone spun a random wheel, and they have got a random manufacturer. We have 17 cars on the grid tonight. Well, I say a mixture. There's really what? There's 4 manufacturers on the grid. Not as many as I would like to see. Um, but yeah, welcome in. We're getting the first few quali laps and we just dove straight into quali. As you can see, currently leading the field is Eric Papstall with a 133.5 in an Audi of all cars. Lovely stuff. Peter Tyler currently running P8 is 7 tenths up on his lap. Now over 8 tenths. That was a good hairpin there in the Ferrari. So going to be looking to capitalize here. Will jump up the order quite a bit with this lap, assuming it sticks, and it will. 8 tenths improvement it's going to be. It's going to put him into the top 8. Well done. Who is next? Henry Taunts, Toga Esports driver, currently matching his best according to this. Not sure if it's correct though, but he driving the Aston tonight. I don't believe he drives the Aston very much, but it is a good car, I would know. I drive it quite a lot, so he's going to be improving ever so slightly. Maybe that's about half a tenth. It's dropping off. He's just matched his time, hasn't really improved, unfortunately, from Henry. We've got a few interesting little things today. Ethan Paulson. Oh, I've cursed him. He just went off track as I turned to him. Sorry, Ethan. You can go again. Who is Alex Amez for E1 Simsport? Coming around the last corner now, about a tenth up on his time, and he's going to keep it within track limits. That's going to bring him up at least one position. It brings up 2 into the top 4. Lovely stuff. Well done from you. So the top 2 current positions currently held by Audis. Bernhard Bendel, who's also E1 Simsport. And then, of course, Eric Papstall for under Team Name Red Lights. I'm not sure what that's supposed to represent, but hey ho. All the drivers getting in their qualification laps. So why they do that? Yeah, like I say, 4 round championship on a Tuesday night. Everyone's randomly spun the wheel for a car. So everyone here spun the wheel for a car, and you could re-roll once. To do so, you would have to take a DT penalty. Which means anyone who re-rolls to try and get a more favourable car will have to take a drive-through on this race. And I believe there are 3 people who have that requirement. Neither of them are here in the race. That's... Never mind. Nobody will be starting this race with the DT, I believe, because anyone who did have it is not actually racing currently, which is sad to see. We thought there might have been a bit of a better grid for this, but unfortunately not. As Luke Wilson, who is normally a Mustang enjoyer, out in the Fezza, coming around the final corner, looking to try and put a competitive lap time in against the Audis, is going to do so. Goes pole by over a quarter of a second. Takes both the fastest sector 1 and 2 time there. So, new benchmark for the Audis to get to. And of course, everyone else behind it. Ethan Paulson goes third in the Mustang there. Well done. This is a four-way race between the manufacturers: Ferrari, from Audi, from Ford, from Aston Martin. It's going to be a good one. So the actual race itself, let me give you the dates. So 70-minute race with one mandatory stop for fuel and tires, no pit window, so just whenever you feel like it. 20-minute qualifying, which we're halfway through now. All the drivers just getting into that. 2 points for the fast lap. So you get the fast lap. It's all good. Double points for the final round at Silverstone in 3 weeks' time. And then there's one drop round, so your worst result is dropped. And then it's, other than that, it's a straight fight. I was going to say about liveries, we've been having some issues with Awesome Sim Racing, which is why the only real liveries you see are Toga ones, because obviously I'm part of the Toga team. I have them, but we don't have any other ones. We've had issues and we didn't get time to sort another solution out. But there will be for round two. We are on the case as Nick Cooper goes P3 in the number 3 Aston Martin. But still 6 tenths off pole position though. A couple of cars still to set a lap time is Sebastian Picano and Andy Cotton. Now, the gap isn't that massive. It's pretty competitive out there so far. I'm just waiting for a confirmation on the stewarding for tonight on what is happening there. But welcome in everyone. I hope the audio is okay. Good evening everyone. Welcome back to. And I hope everything's okay. Or just let me know if there's any audio or video issues. It should be okay. But if not, please say so. Try and get those or sorted out. But yes, other than that, just going to be a fun race. Let me see, what else do we have? That is really it for the sort of the in-house stuff. The only other thing we have is obviously driver of the day, so anyone watching, feel free to get that vote in anytime throughout the race. Just a little fun way to interact with myself, essentially. So, looks like we are doing some form of live stewarding tonight. Let me just check. Ba, 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 ba. So, no, that is the wrong thing. Yeah, well, so if I wasn't commentating tonight, I would be also in an Audi, which would have been interesting because I do not drive the Audi. It's a difficult car to drive, but obviously it's a different challenge. Gotta have some fun with it, which is why I love to see 1, 2, 4 Audis out on track at the moment, which is fantastic to see. Okay, so anything. Sorry, I have so many tabs and things open, it's hard to keep track of what's actually going on. Yeah, okay, so just on the scoring, so the winner of the race will get 50 points, and then it goes 1 point less per position you're further down. So if you're finished at P10, you get 40 points, which makes the fastest lap quite important. It's essentially worth 2 positions worth of points. And then obviously the last round is double, so the winner gets 100 points. And then it is per manufacturer fight, I believe. Is that how it's working? I think it is. It is. So, who can win the respective manufacturer? For Ferrari, Luke Wilson currently has the pace. For the Audis, Eric Papsel has the pace. It actually would be me. I'm just not racing just to make it easier for him, you know. didn't want to bruise his ego too much. No, I'm joking. And then for the Aston Martins, it is Henry Taunts. Oh, ignore that crash. And for the Fords, it is Ethan Poulsen currently taking the charge in the Fords, running that Toga Academy livery. Love to see it. Lots of guys from the Toga Academy, or at least 2 or 3 out racing. So we've got Ethan, we've got Sadok, who recently joined. I think this is his first race for us. Paul Mank, who isn't running the Toga Academy livery for the Aston, maybe just didn't have it on hand at the time, but he does race for Toga Academy, so keep an eye out for him as well. And obviously you have Henry Taunts for the actual esports team. I would have also been racing in the Audi. Without a Toga livery, because we don't have one for the Audi, because it's never really driven, but I would have been driving nonetheless. Ba, 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 ba. We have about 4.5 minutes of quali left. Hello, Conrad. Welcome in. How are you this fine Tuesday evening? But yes, sorry, as I was saying, we have about 4 minutes left of quali. Luke Wilson still leading the charge with a 33.2. Then Eric Passel in P2 with a 33.5. Then Henry Taunts with a 33.8. And Ethan Paulson with a 33.8. Oh, never mind. Sorry. Amez has just beaten him by 600ths of a second. It's getting a little bit competitive there in sort of the third place range. It's going to be quite spicy. It looks like P1 and 2 are pretty fast, and then from there down, it's pretty competitive. Who's on a lap currently? James Joyce for Poggers Racing, coming down the back straight. He's about a quarter of a second up on his lap, which is going to put him around P12 if he can get this. And I've just cursed him. Damn it. My apologies. I will send Luke an apology in the post. Speaking of Poggers Racing, Luke Wilson is currently on the cusp of a 32. If he can hold this lap together, it's going to be close though. It's going to be incredibly close. He might just do it by a 100th. He does. 200s actually. A 32.98 in the Ferrari. Puts him over half a second clear of second place. Really solidifies his chances for pole position there. I don't know if he's got a faster lap in him currently. But Eric's going to have a lot of work to do. And Eric's just validated the lap he was on. He was 2.5 tenths up already. It's getting spicy out there. 4 position. Eric is might return to the pits and get out for one last flyer. See if he can't do something about that Ferrari. Michelage for Kronos Racing Team, 2 tenths up on his lap currently. Is going to put him around the top 5 if he can hold it. Coming around that long right-hander to the back straight. See what he can do with that. Connor, a good mate, just trying to find another monitor for my new rig. Ooh. What's your thoughts on a new monitor? And I'd love to hear your thoughts. Agressorks Pugachev gang? I'm not quite sure what that means. Is someone racing under something? Oh, sorry. I'm blind. Yes, George Pugachev in the number 11, Aston Martin in P8 currently. He's not on track, so that's his qualifying over. 34.1 is the best he could manage, but that does put him in the middle of the field. It's going to be interesting to see what he does from there. Who is on a lap and flying currently? And not many, as Poli just puts in a new lap time to go P14. Henry Taunts is 2 tenths up. This could be top 3 material for the esports driver if he can hold it coming down the back straight. That Aston Martin is gorgeous. Doing a good job holding it round that hairpin corner. It's quite a difficult corner. This might put Henry in the region of P2 on the grid if he can hold this. Potentially not. I've cursed him a little bit there, but it looks like it may be P3. It's going to be P3. Who else? Is anyone else on a lap currently? Well, the qualifying's about to end. Anyone on a lap is the last to do it. Eric is... It says he's invalidated, but I think he's actually just started a lap. It may say he's invalidated, but I don't think he has. He is over 5 tenths to find in this lap, getting all squirrely out of there, out of the exit there, trying to get car as much speed as possible. It is about 100th up. Getting car nice and under control through the left-hander. It is a tenth and a half up. And he's going for it, so I'd say this is a valid lap currently. So he's gonna try and go for it. Oh, really pushing that car to the limit there. He's still about a tenth and a half up now. He has 4 more tenths to find in the last sector. It's gonna be tricky, especially in that car. He's up to about 2 now, coming around the final 2 corners. Gonna cut as much of that corner as he dares. It's not gonna be enough. And he actually evaluates in the last corner, trying to push it. The last car tries another Audi, or Bandel. He's about a tenth and a half up. It's gonna put him in the realm of the top 6 if he can hold this. It is quite tight up there. This is gonna put him in the ranges of P4. It does P4. Well done. And that is qualifying over. Lovely stuff. Anyone on Twitch ignore the bot thing. I don't have admin perms to deal with that. Not a lot of people. 16, 17. It's not a ton, but it's fine. Thank you for subscribing, LZAP. I'm trying to find something cheap at the minute. This is a rig I'm buying with the rig itself and seat already. Oh, yeah, rigs are expensive. Mine was expensive and I don't even have a proper rig, I just have a play seat. Well done, Luke. Nice, it matched my old Mustang quality time with that. I'm happy with that. Nicely done. Hello, Ethan. Good luck out there. Right, let's do some shenanigans, shall we? We love top quality production here at Toga. All right, starting from the back, P16. There was 17. I don't know where the other car's gone. Paul Mank, and then the 808 Aston Martin in P16. Paulie in the 141 Audi. Tyler in the 55 Ferrari in P14. Banning in the 987 Mustang in P13. James Joyce for Poggers Racing in the 25 Ferrari in P12. Sadek for Toga Academy in P11 in the 299 Mustang. Lovely livery, if I do say so myself. Pugachev, I hope I'm saying that right. I apologize if I'm not. In P10 in the number 11 Aston Martin. Picano in the 322 Mustang in P9. Cooper in the number 3 Aston Martin in P8. Toga Academy's Ethan Paulson, who's just waving hello in the YouTube chat, in P7 in the number 95. Ames in the 88 Mustang in P6. Michelage, I believe your first name is. I can't pronounce your second name. In the 38 Ferrari in P5. And then Bandel in the 830 Audi in P4. Henry Taunts for Toga Esports in the 143 Aston Martin in P3. Eric Pastel in the 97 Audi in P2, and your pole sitter, and to be honest, no surprise there, is Mr. Luke Wilson in the 420 Ferrari for Poggers Racing. And then we get a little sneak peek at Luke. Cockpit. And there he is. Hello. There you go. Lovely. The production quality is top notch here. I won't say anything about it. Buying a profile rig, nice. That'll be good once you get it built. Barry Brundle go to gridwalk. I don't know about that. I'm just yapping utter nonsense. It has been a long day. Early morning starts for the new job are not the one, but we're getting there. Hello, Mitchell. I'm disturbed. uh, we're all about having a bit of banter here. That's what it's about. Hey, look, focus on your driving then, and not me sneaking a peek at you in the cockpit. Alright, let me just fix the camera. There we go. As we are on the way around for the formation lap. Not a massive grid, but hopefully we'll still get some good racing over the next 70 minutes. And hopefully we'll have more drivers next week. Would be nice. Next week is Red Bull Ring, which is always a good laugh. It's one of my favourite tracks. As Luke Wilson, he knows all too well. One of my most memorable races in sim racing was spending 45 minutes defending for my life from that man to to win the race. One of my finest drives. Not that I have many good ones, but yes. Apologies if I just ramble on about our nonsense. I am quite sleepy after a long day of work today. Okay, look, I've heard it. Are there only so many drivers signed up, or can not many attend? Only 17 put their name down for attendance, but there are 25 signed up. And, well, if you take me out, if I was supposed to race 24, so 66% showed up, I suppose. So it's better than normal sometimes. Eric getting very slippery in that Audi, trying to warm those tires. You're not in the Estonian rally now, Eric. Man's taking RBR to the grave. Look, that was my best race ever. I'm never gonna not mention it when I can. Plus, it also triggers you, so double points. You know what I mean? uh, all in good jest. All in good jest. You beat me a lot more times than I beat you, so I can't really say much. Alright, so we're coming around the final corners. You can see the drivers starting to form up in 2x2 fashion as standard protocol in Assetto Corsa Competizione. As Hella says, good luck everyone. Let's have some fun and maybe some chaos. Who knows? We'll see. Everyone raring to go. We do enjoy seeing a good grid formed up. So we're just rolling towards the green. And we're green. Let's go. And Eric gets a brilliant start. He's got a much better start. He's gonna take P1 from Luke unless he dives on the inside, and he's not going to, as it looks like the Audi of Bendel is up the inside of Henry Taunts as well. Everyone getting away cleanly so far. It looks like Eric's taking Luke's position, but Henry's got back through from Bendel there. Well done. Oh, as Eric getting very defensive. Luke trying to sniff a way through there. Just going to form up behind for the moment. We've all got away pretty cleanly, which is what we love to see. Excellent job in the first sector from everyone as Eric and Luke just running away with it already. Banning losing a couple of positions as Cooper. Oh, so they were nearly 3 wide into the left-hander there as Cooper and Ethan going side by side. And they're 3 wide as well behind James Joyce, Sadek, and Pugashev. Well, Pugashev has the inside line. Oh, as Sadek slams the brakes there to try and get a better line through the corner, but he's actually going to lose out to Joyce there, being too aggressive there on the brakes. But the Mustang power will help him here. Look at that, he's just going to be able to drive away. Manages to hold the position there. As Mike up in position, pulling down to 16th now. We've all got through that one cleanly there. Oh, a little bit of a door bang from Michelage on the way through. Or sorry, Amiz on the way through up into P5. Henry Tons P3 still holding up Bendel 4 now as Eric, and look at this. Eric having to go super defensive just to not have give that inside line. Looking to bide his time though. Just gonna sit. He's gonna pick his moment, sit and wait. Mike going defensive against the Audi. Oh, there's been a crash. Hang on, what's happened here? So Picano and is it Pugashev barreling into T1 as Sadek. A little bit of a weave is. Oh, just mistimed it, it seems. And the Mustang has been sent to the back of the grid, aka the Shadow Realm. As that gives Sadek some free air to drive in, but he does have a number of cars behind him for company, so he just needs to get on with it. James Joyce being one of them in that Ferrari, who has Tyler for company. Very, very close. He's going to maybe have to go defensive here. They're both got the same powers. Who's got the better run into the corner, as Tyler thinks better of going side by side here. Martin Varga can learn a thing or two about that. I'm only joking, Martin. We love you, really. Cool. Eric holding that P1 for now. Connor, what a start from Eric. Yeah, absolutely mega start. He was on it. Caught Luke napping a little bit there. I can't speak apparently. The Reaper plays, hey guys, how's it going? It's going good. First few minutes have been pretty clean. Only one or two little minor contacts. Go on, Pete, Tech, JJ. Yeah, Pete's under pressure here from Banning. Banning gonna dive it up the inside into T2. Not able to make it stick, but he's still side by side. But looks like the Ferrari's gonna hold it. Oh, that's definitely a corner cut there to keep that position. You've only got 3 speed tokens. You got to use them wisely, and Banning actually loses another position for his troubles. Pete Tyler, they're doing a great job keeping that position, putting his car where he needed to. Nice little train forming there, as the two leaders have just nodded off a little bit. They're already nearly 2 seconds clear of Henry. And that's not to say anything bad about Henry. These two are just in a class of their own. They are driving. They're showing us exactly how good they are in cars that they don't normally drive as well. As oh, hang on, as Pete Tyler has lost the place to book. He's going to go all around the outside. Not the best way to do it, as he also going to leave the door before Banning. Oh no, that's 2 into 1. Hold your brakes, Pete. Oh, that's unfortunate. I need a proper look at that to see who exactly was at fault. It kind of looked like it was 2 into 1. Pete was cutting in as Banning was coming out of the corner. And then just classic. Didn't Not really holding your brakes and causing an incident. He'd be screaming right now. Yeah, I don't blame him. The stewards will be looking at that. Don't worry, they will have a much better look than I will. My view was it was 2 into 1. But again, I haven't had a proper look at it, seeing the inputs and exactly who did what. So we'll just have to wait for the stewarding decision. as I don't know how long the live streaming will last, as it is a smaller grid, but we normally do the first few laps at least. Have to see what happens there. Um, yeah, the field is already spreading out a little bit, as the only real battle is for the lead right now. Luke Wilson staying very close to Eric, and Luke Wilson actually has the fastest lap of the race with a 33.6. Oh, Eric getting a little bit squirrely there on the exit of T1. Well, from what I understand of how to drive the Audi, you have to have it a little bit sideways at all times to get a better lap time with it, because it requires it to be ragged to the very limit. Uh, Alright, so Mikolaj in the 30 for P6 is under fire from Cooper in the 3 for number 3 car in P7. Cooper gonna have a little look, gonna go against it now, not quite close enough to make a dive in. Making a dive from that kind of far back is a death sentence in terms of there's probably going to be a crash if you try that, and nobody wants that. You need to keep the car clean without damage if you want a good position, especially on a smaller grid. The less trouble you're in, the far better you'll be for it. It looks like Cooper's going to have a good run down here. He's going to stay close to him. Look at the Aston Martin getting so just diving the nose under braking. The heavy front engine. Wilson for the win. It's going to be close between the pair of them. I'm not sure who'll take it. Eric is rapid in that Audi. But Luke's just rapid in anything from this. So it's going to be close, I think. As Paul Mike is under pressure from Picano in the 322 Mustang involved in that earlier incident. It looks like he's just driven past him, but Mike didn't really put up too big a defensive fight there. Maybe just opting for keeping the car in good condition for later in the race, which not opposed to that plan. As it looks like Cooper's gonna have a little look, but not quite close enough. Just needs to get a good exit. Look at this. Eric and Luke, they're at it once again. Looks like Luke gets a really, really good exit there on the on that right-hander, sorry. The question is, will he be close enough at the end of this back straight to do anything? I'm not sure he will, but at the very least he's going to be able to put the pressure on, as that's an invalid lap from Eric, and and he goes deep. That's gonna let Luke in. They're gonna go side by side through the second last corner, and round the outside goes Luke into P1. Eric's not gonna give it up. Oh, great driving from the pair of them. Eric just went slightly too deep there. Oh, hang on, what's happened here? Henry's fallen back. I'm just curious to see what happened to you, Henry. Ah, yes, a Misano curb moment. Luckily, it keeps it out of the wall, just loses a few seconds to the cars behind, puts him right in the fight for the podium still. He's right behind the Audi of Bendel. Sorry, I'm struggling to read at this point. Never mind speak. Two pros fighting close as epic. Yeah, absolutely. Probably would be in front too if I only raced. I probably would be at the front. Yeah. I was hoping to be sort of in the top 5 region as well myself. I pulled out, so just here to support Wilson, JJ, and Tyler. Nice one. They're all doing a great job so far. Just trying to keep it as clean as they can, as Luke is just holding P1 for now. And I do expect Eric to be putting up a fight against that. He will want that position back. 4 seconds back from there is Bendel in the 830, getting very sideways out of the last corner. But so is Henry, getting a little bit squirrely with Ames right behind as well. He's going to be looking to pick up the pieces from anything that happens here. Remember, all these cars must do one mandatory stop for fuel and tires. They have to do both. Connor, I forgot about this vent, to be honest. Shocking. You should have been here. I'm only joking. It happens. Ba, 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 ba. And the only penalty we've got is 5 seconds for car 11, minor contact, position gained on lap 2, which is the incident between Pugachev and I can't remember who the other car was it Picano? I think it was. Where it just looked like he misjudged the braking and spun him. It happens, but again, penalty required. Was too focused on FGT and planning to buy my rig. Fair enough. It happens. It's easy to forget sometimes. As it looks like Tyler is in the pits. I'm wondering, hopefully he's just going to get his pit stop out of the way and then just go for the biggest undercut of all time. Look, Wilson pulling a little bit of a gap to give himself some comfort. About 9 tenths to Eric. Last lap there was 2 tenths in it in terms of lap time in the favour of Luke as well. So it's just going to be interesting to see if he can hold it in the Ferrari. As it looks like, yep, Tyler is rolling down the pit lane. He's probably filled up for the next 57 minutes of racing. I would imagine. May as well just go for it. I see, I was just busy ARL. Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, I was supposed to race, but commentary needed covered, so I pulled out to do this. Just so we have the coverage, because always nice whenever we can do that. And the battle for P3 still wages on. Bendel in P3 from Henry Taunts in P4, and Alex Ames in P5. Not far behind though is Michelage in the 30th Ferrari and Nick Cooper in the Aston Martin P6 and 7 respectively. So there's still quite a lot to play for here in terms of position. Apologies, just having to cough there. Didn't want to blow everyone's eardrums out. Right. Yeah, just all these cars here, just in this line. So not a lot happening. The fastest lap still goes to Luke Wilson at 33.6. The gap to Eric still about 9 tenths. It does look more from this angle. That's just because they're going a lot faster. Around 9 tenths to a second there. It's bobbing between. So all Eric needs to do is keep the gap relatively close. And if Luke gets a DT or a penalty for some reason, then he's well in it to take P1 off his hands. Now remember, this is a manufacturer-based cup, so the championships between everyone is based on the manufacturer. So essentially, in the Ferrari class, it's Luke Wilson v Michelage v James Joyce v Tyler. They're all technically fighting each other. And obviously, the rest of the manufacturers to be the best manufacturer overall. In the Audis, it's Papstel versus Bendel versus Coley, and we have lost it because there was 4 in qualifying. Not sure where he went. And then obviously we have the Aston Martins, which is Henry Taunts versus from Nick Cooper, from Pugashev, from Paul Mancunian. And then you have the Fords, which is Ames from Paulson, from Sadek, from Banning, and Picano. And that are technically your individual battles and rivalries. My best race by far is the 5K members round in RBR. Yes, you had a fantastic race at that one as well, I remember right correctly. I stole P3 from Hunter because I reported him for speed from cutting the pit entry line. And I only managed that because I didn't take tires in the pit stop and just about held P4 by like a second. Yeah. I remember Conrad, you were not far behind me, and you were actually catching me at pace because my tires were gone. Driving 83-minute-old tires in the Porsche is difficult, shall we say? Incredibly difficult. Ba, 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 ba. So I keep needing to cough and then take a swig of my drink. Um, Not quite sure why. Um, where was I? Now remember, get your driver of the day in as well. So how you do that on Twitch or YouTube is you do !mark vote and then space the number of the car. I'm hoping this works because I made sure to set up the thing for it. Let me see, I'm gonna try it on both. Sorry, you have already voted. I'm going to put a hashtag in. Hashtag blame Hayden. The driver today is broken. Um, yeah, I was very scared for the penalty for not swapping drivers. Yeah, it was accidentally set that on the server config that you had to swap drivers, but the actual championship you didn't have to, so that was just immediately removed. Vote 420. I'm gonna have to keep a manual tally of these votes because Hayden has broken the driver of the day somewhere in the background. One moment. Let me get my whiteboard. Yes, I have a giant whiteboard. Let me just grab it here. It should be on the wall, but I need to get more stuff to actually put it on the wall in my new house after moving. Right, so I'm voting for car 143, which is Henry. Kind of biased, but I'm going to anyway. And the Reaper, I'm not actually sure what your name is, the Reaper. I know obviously you're part of like Luke Wilson and James Joyce's crew, but I'm not sure which one you are. You put one vote for Luke subsequently. There's quite the train forming in terms of P3. Bendel P3, Henry in P4, Ahmed's in P5, Mikolaj P6, and Cooper P7, all within a second of each other. Luke Wilson is pulling away from Eric. He's now 2.5 seconds clear, and they're both. Eric is 5 seconds clear of P3, so they're just driving away. Oh yes, okay, yes, I know who you are now. Sorry, I just because it's just your name's the Reaper. I didn't have anything to correlate to who you actually were. So my apologies. Hella is voting for 299. Ignore the fact that the driver day is broken. I'm keeping a actual physical tally of it. Um, so that we actually have it working. But make sure you tell Hayden it's his fault. Which I'll tell him enough for everyone. He'll know. No, good stuff. So that's 3 votes currently in. One for Henry, one for Luke, and one for Sadek. So well done. As Bacano has a DT, that will be for track limits. Misano is a notorious track for breaking track limits. Is quite brutal for it. It is very, very easy done. Um, do, 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 do. Right. Okay. So I've got all our driver of the day votes on my whiteboard. Well, there isn't anything important on my whiteboard. It's just random nonsense, as it usually is coming from my mouth. As you're all aware, I talk about absolutely nothing worth talking about half the time. Right, there we go. That's the votes all tallied up so far. I'm going to set that down until we get more votes in. If we get more votes in, that is. Oh, don't run over my rig cable while I'm at it. Oh, hang on. The driver of the day is working for someone. Who did that? Oh, somebody voted on Twitch and it worked. Okay, I'm still blaming Hayden though, because it works for someone. So car 11 also gets a vote. So there we go. There's 4 votes in. I know it only says there's 1. There's 4. Oh wow! Hang on a second. Luke is just pulling away now. At least 5 seconds clear of Eric. Eric maybe has burnt his tires out a little bit. I would imagine that would be the only reason why he's falling back so fast. Is you had last lap was 1.2 seconds slower. As a few of the cars are falling off this train for third as well. Henry getting very close, going for the wider arc through the fast right-hander. You see there's 3 cars there, all separated by about half a second total. Mustang leading the train definitely will do by the end of it, just the Mustang raw power. Yeah, YouTube is broken. As Conrad has put in the message above you, blame Hayden. He's the one who made it. I don't know. I'm not sure why it's broken, to be honest. It's maybe just something he's tweaked in the back end to sort that out. But for now, it's broken. I have a physical tally. I will refer to at the end. As Eric is in the pits, he's the first of the lead cars to pit. He's going to come out in hopefully some good fresh air, I would imagine. Where's he going to come out? He's going to come out in probably last place actually, so he will have some free air just to drive. As that now promotes Henry to P3 and Ben up to P2 respectively in terms of podium positions. Ames is still very much under pressure from Michelaj and Cooper. Look at that Ferrari under braking, getting very close to that Mustang. As Picano is in the pits, he will be serving his drive-through. Oh, look at the Ferrari in that corner. Look how much better it is. He's going to go side by side with the Mustang out of the exit. But Mustang power, it will just pull away. It's the frustrating thing with the Mustang. As soon as it gets the power down, it just runs away. But look at the Ferrari under the brakes. It's just so much better. Having to brake a little bit more there to avoid rear-ending the Mustang in the end there. Nobody wants that. We don't want a crash. As yet, there's Eric. Eric out the pits of P15 in some nice air to just run his race. As Meccano is also out of the pits, he still has a mandatory stop because he did not. He served a drive-through. Oh, as we've got position change potentially coming here, as it's Cooper and Michelage fighting the T1, but they hold position, which is letting Amez, sorry, get closer to the battle for net P3. And he's got a little bit less pressure now to do so. Why have I got many pings? Okay, no, that's just... what have I been pinged in? Oh, no, just a bunch of pings in the Discord. I thought there was something wrong. No, we're all good. Alright, yep, so one little battle we haven't really been focusing on is Misano for Toga Academy in P8. Under pressure from James Joyce of Poggers Racing, one of Luke Wilson's teammates. Their gap is about 6 tenths, but that is because the Mustang is pulled away during the long back straight. You can just tell Ferrari so much better through the corners and carry a lot more speed through the corners than the Mustang can. Who's going to be next to blink in terms of pitting? Picano is in. He's in to pit to actually serve his mandatory stop. Now, is Luke Wilson's over 11 seconds up the road now, so Eric is really hoping this undercut will give him the position back. It could do, very much could do. The pit stop is going to be roughly 1 minute 15. Just, yeah, the Ferrari's getting ever closer through the tight, twisty sector 1. Getting a little bit squarely on the exit there. He's going to lose a bunch of time. He's going to keep him relegated into P9 for now. Sadok doing enough in that Mustang to stay ahead and stay relatively comfortable ahead as well. Somebody has voted for car 299 and somebody's voted for car 11. Hang on. Just have to get my manual votes tallied up. Luke dominating is no surprise. Yeah, Luke needs to be nerfed. Should have given him 40 kilos of ballast for the fun of it. He still will be winning. Well, maybe not. Eric's really fast. He'll probably be okay. Um, no surprise there, not absolutely. So the current tally of driver of the day votes, in 2 votes we have George Pugashev in P10, and also on 2 votes we have Sadek in P8 for Toga Academy. On 1 vote we have Luke Wilson, who is your current race leader. And Henry Taunts 143 has been given a vote as well. Could you show us positions gained and lost? Is that a thing that I can show you? I honestly don't. I don't think ACC lets me show that, does it? Hang on. We're gonna experiment quickly. I don't think it tells you, but I can tell you. I can tell you from race control, but I can't actually show you. Luke should have been given the writer. Yeah, he should have. I've driven that thing once and it's very memes. Okay, so current positions. Bendel has gained 2. Amez has gained 2. Cooper has gained 2. Luke, Henry, and Michelage are in the same position they started. So is Ethan Paulson. Sadek up 3 positions. Joyce up 3 positions. Pugashev still in P10. Banning up 2. Poli up 3. Mike up 3. Eric is down 12, but remember he has pitted early. He will go all the way back up the order again. Picano is down 6 and Tyler is down 2. So we will see some changes around here after the pit stop cycles. Yes, yeah, Conrad, there's no way to actually show you in game, but race control tells me, and I can see it, but you guys can't. Um, so it's the best I can do is to actually tell you who's doing what. So no worries, my guy. Need to find some way to fill the yapping. Sorry, I'm just checking to make sure there's nothing necessary for me to look at. Voting 299, Conrad. Nicely, that is Sadok up to 3 votes now. Currently leading the driver of the day. If you want your driver to win the driver of the day, make sure to get the vote in now. Well, not now, you have 39 minutes still. We will not be holding driver interviews tonight, simply because I have been up since 6 o'clock this morning. And I have work at 6 o'clock, or I have to be about 6 o'clock tomorrow morning for work, and I'm incredibly tired. So we will not be hosting any driver interviews, but we will do the driver of the day vote, like tally vote at the end. Oh, hang on, what happened there? Who was that? There was a car that just was off track. What happened? Hang on. What car number was that? Oh, it's Joyce. Oh, he's having a massive lag spike. Hang on, what position is he in? He's not on the timing screen anymore. No, he is. Hang on. Eric Papstel with the DT. That's all but sealed the win for Luke Wilson if this stays as it is. So I can't find Joyce on my timing screen. This is his 14th on this, but or in game, but there's Eric. He's in the pits again. My apologies. There we go. We'll get back onto this little four-way scrap. Holy Guacamole Pulley isn't quick today, not yet, but be careful in this game. Yeah, he's doing an okay job. He's in P11 currently, so just working his way up the field. Yeah, chicane's always fun. JG disconnected. It looks like it. He's no longer on my timing thing on race control at all. It still says he's in game, like in the actual game, but I'm confused. Wait and see if he comes back. Ethan Poulsen in the pits. Yeah, JJ's been relegated to last, so I think he's had a disconnect. Ethan's in the pits, going to drop down a little bit. As the fight for now P3 is hotting up quite fiercely. We have a lot of love for Pogashev. Sorry, I hope I'm pronouncing that right, by the way. Another vote for him, so good to see. Yeah, it looks like JD's disconnected, unfortunately. Nothing we can really do there. Unfortunately, he was running a great little race as well. Now, some 4 people have served their mandatory pit stop. Ethan has just done his, which is why he's come back out just behind Luke, who will lap him if he doesn't pit soon. I'm sure Luke will pit in the next lap or two. As look at this, the Mustang of Amez is getting very close to Henry. As there you go, 4 cars in the pits, all at once. Yeah, look, there you go. Everyone's in. I'll say everyone. 4 people are in. I think they're gonna try for the undercut here. show. you can, we will show Pugacheva back when he's out of the pit lane. It's not very entertaining if he's in the pits, but yes, I will do that. Don't worry. Um, I will show him for you once he's out of the pits. Because if I'm just watching him in the pits, it's no fun for anyone. Um, yeah, as most of the drivers are now sort of fanned out a little bit. The only really battle happening on track is still this one, as Luke Wilson stays out for another lap, uh, as does Bendel, as does Henry, and Amez dives into the pit lane. Oh, skims the wall on the entry. Oh, did he speed? We're gonna find out. As Sadek has got the position of, well, Eric has got through. Sadek just come out of the pit lane. But Eric trying to fight his way back as far as he can. With that DT, it's going to hamper his progress significantly. As the people want, we have George Pugachev, who's just come out of the pit lane. Another vote for 299. Yeah, yeah. James is disconnected, unfortunately. What would you, Conrad? Oh yeah, no, you can vote on both. It's fine. Technically, you do have two votes. Everyone technically has two votes. So if you want to vote again, go and vote in the other one that you didn't do the first time. Uh, Nikita, when do penalties apply? During the pit stop or after the checkered flag? That's a good question, as Luke Wilson, Banning, and Paul Mang all come into the pits, which leaves only two left to pit. Um, Good question. So if you get a penalty, say if you get like a 5 or a 10-second penalty or anything like that, uh, it will be served at your next pit stop, if you if you don't pit again, or if you don't need to pit again, it will be when the flag falls. It just depends. It depends what comes first after you get the penalty. Um, if it's like a drive-through, um, you must serve it within 3 laps. If the checker flag comes before those 3 laps are up and you don't serve it, you get a heftier penalty. Say with the stop go 30. Um, you have those penalties. You have a time frame when you have to serve them. Of course, there is a scenario where you serve it or you get the penalty in like the last lap and then you don't serve it, but you get an even bigger penalty if you don't do that. Um, because it's seen as trying to avoid being penalised. Uh, Aggressors, wait so I can vote twice on one person. Yes, but if you to do that, you have to go over to our YouTube feed and try and do it there. Even though the type doesn't work, if you go over there and type it, I can see it. Um, no problem. Happy to help. Right. I've shown the people what they want to see. As Henry taunts into the pit lane, he is the second last car to come in. As Bendel, currently in the lead, but does have to pit. As we've got another car in the pit lane, Tyler, he's coming back. Is that? No, he's not coming back out. He's still stationary. Oh, there's James Joyce. He's back. He must have managed to get back into the game, but he's 5 laps down. He's just gonna, I'm assuming, drive for the fun of it. And that's what we're all here for then today. What happened to Tyler? He's been in the pits. He's RTG'd. Okay. I wonder did he have a big crash and I've missed it. Um, as Banning is in P11 with Poli about a second, 8 tenths behind now. He's actually closing in a little bit. So gonna see where that goes. Henry coming out of the pit lane. Where does that leave you? Currently, I think it's P4. Really? Or net P4, sorry. Well, it is P5, but obviously Bendel has to pit, and he is doing so now. He is the last car to pit. Yeah, Cooper has got ahead of Henry by 2 seconds. Oh, interesting. Obviously, Luke Wilson back out on the field. He's got a 17-second gap to P2, so he just needs to cruise now, bring it home. I applied for the ETA today, going to London in 2 weeks. Ooh, you're going to London. Very nice. That's about an hour and a half from me now because I live near Northampton. I've just doxed myself. There we go. Well done, Barry. Well, that's just the area, not actually where I live, so that's fine. Um, yes, I'm about an hour and a half away from London. Let me try and remember what to do in London. There's plenty of things to do. There is. Let me get back to you on that because my brain currently isn't working, so I won't be able to give you an accurate answer right now. But there is stuff like obviously going to the London Eye, like all the sort of the cool stuff, like the um, like Buckingham Palace, all the cool stuff, like Camden Market, like all those places, um, are pretty good. There's a lot more than that. I just can't think right now. As the last pit stop is Bendel, he comes out in P3. A second behind P2, so he's done a great job there to almost stay in second place. But surprisingly, Henry's fallen down to fifth. Did he have a bad stop? His pit stop was two. Oh, his pit stop was 6 seconds slower, or 5 seconds slower than Bendel's, and 2 seconds slower than Cooper's, which is why he's fallen down. He maybe just wasn't going. Maybe he didn't come off the pit limiter quick enough at the exit, and lost a couple of seconds. Entirely possible. Many a reason why you can lose a couple of seconds in the pit lane. We have 26 minutes to go in this race, so make sure you get your driver of the day vote in as quick as you can. Well, I say as quick as you can. You have 26 minutes to do it if you want to do it. The current vote leader is Sadok in P9, racing for, I think this is his first race as a Toga Academy driver. In that gorgeous Mustang, as a heartbreaking injury for James Joyce. He's just got a DT for track limits, but Sadok on 4 driver of the day votes. Then in second place is Pugashev with 3 votes. Then Henry with 2 votes, and Luke Wilson with a vote. So lots of votes coming in. Still time to make them if you need to, and want. 1 second. I swear I feel like I've got like a cold or something coming because I'm getting like a bad cough. Um, just trying not to deafen everyone. Conrad, my first race was in FGT, I think it ended with the DNF. Potentially. I can't remember what your first race was. I'm trying to remember. It was a little while ago now. I'm trying to remember how far back. Another vote for car number 11. Ba, 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 ba. I'm pretty certain my first ever race was a DNF. Um, Paul Ricard. Did you DNF Paul Ricard? I can't. I'm trying to remember. Paul Ricard was good fun. I remember driving the Bentley around Paul Ricard was fun. Where is 1 sec? Let me have a look. So round 4, silver. You did DNF at Paul Ricard, unfortunately. I know I've literally just like called you out for that, but not called you out, but I've just went and looked at it for you. Did you not race any of the other races in FGT first? No. No, you didn't. You had a pretty good run in FGT Season 4 in the Bentley. That was good fun. Ah, that's why. Another vote for car in 11. You did. In Pro Series, you were really good at Paul Ricard. Learned from your mistake in the Porsche sabotaged. Yeah, the Porsches tend to do that. Eric Papsel with a second drive-through. Oh, being eaten alive by the track limits currently. That promotes a few drivers. Pushev up to P9, Banning up to P10, and Poli up to P11 as Eric's been relegated out of the top 10. Oh, has Eric just stopped the car? He has. I think that maybe Eric's race done. Luke Wilson with a 21-second gap. Actually, what is this game? Delta says I'm losing 0.3 from going. Yeah, I think Misano is just really, really bad for track limits because it really, really, really bites you if you're not careful, and it's super frustrating. I'll take it as your race done, Eric. Yeah, you're not moving, so I'm assuming you've just parked the car. Yeah, the Misano is really, really tough for track limits. It can really bite you. Because I think, like, especially at the end of the back straight where you sort of have to do the brake jink right. Um, Here, like, if you even go slightly off track there, it's a warning regardless of what happens, and it's very frustrating. Um, you can't really do much about it, annoyingly. Um, Not a lot is really happening on track at the moment. We're just gonna flick through some of the cars. The gaps are opened up a little bit. As Poli has a DT that will be for track limits. Another car falling to the Misano track limits. To be fair, they are incredibly strict. Yeah, I'm going to uninstall this. Fair enough. Yeah, it's frustrating when that happens. I actually go to it in quality, but the race isn't always as good. Mostly not out of my fault. Yeah, sometimes it's frustrating. Like you can do really well, and then just something happens to you in the race. It's not your fault. Um, and it's quite demotivating, really, to be honest. Nobody likes having incidents happen to them that they've done nothing wrong. It can really happen to anyone. Um, I know that was a thing. I've had it quite a lot where just silly incidents happen and then it hurts your race. Yeah, we've got about 19 minutes to go. Pro Series of Bathurst. Oh yeah, I remember that. You got bowling balled by two different cars. You were just in the wrong place at the wrong time. Quali normally caused by others. Yeah, just people not being aware of the surroundings in quali is frustrating. If you're not like you have to be super vigilant of what's happening. I got hit or sabotaged every race in Pro Series. Yeah, just wasn't your series this time, Conrad. That's what season two's for. Redemption. Yeah, I remember the Bathurst one. That wasn't it the Mustang? There was a Mustang behind that slid on the grass and then hit another car into you. A snooker shot right there. Yeah, Clement Poley's gonna have to come in for his DT, and he actually, no, he has. Never mind. I'm just blind. Or just that turn, I didn't even register that he was in the pit lane. Um, Conrad Real gonna lock in for FGT too. Yeah, I need to even see if I'm gonna have the mental capacity to do FGT this season because um, I'm coming home from work incredibly tired. It is on a Sunday though, so I'll see how I feel. To be honest, I haven't really signed up for much racing lately. Just while I'm getting settled in the new job. But we'll see. I'll see how it goes. You'll do great in FGT. I'm trying to remember what even the calendar was. Um, 'Cause I remember reading it and I've forgotten now. So we're in the last 16 minutes. Right, let's have a quick look. Got a couple of little things happening or starting to develop. Uh, Bandel is closed in on Michelage a little bit here. The gap is around 6 tenths. Last couple of laps, Bandel's just been slowly chipping away at that gap. It was a second and a half or so a couple of laps ago, and it's now 6 tenths. Just looks like he's got that Audi in exactly where he wants it in terms of tire temps, tire grip, and just general pace. See if he can take P2 off of Michelage here. Actually, to make a first lap in Bathurst, gained like 4 positions in the first lap. If I didn't slide, and hit the wall, I would have moved involved in the chase incident. But yeah, you gotta take the positives from it. Like obviously, it feels bad that you got hit and taken out, but you went and got the damage repaired and tried to come back as best you could. Just check the replay. Last DT I got went off track with +2, came back on the track with +3, weirdly scuffed. The game was all done. Yeah, This is the problem with the game that's end of life in terms of development cycle, where they're not really fixing anything anymore. It's just these little things like this just will never get addressed ever. Um, yeah, Misano is one of those tracks for that. It's bad for that. I find driving in the wet sometimes is really, really scuffed for track limits. Sometimes you can get 2 warnings, even if you lose time. It's kind of weird. Um, yeah, there's just some weird little things. So you can just see how much closer that Audi's getting to the back of that Ferrari. Gap's only a few tenths, and you can hear the roar of that V10. Oh, he thought about going for the dive there on the inside. Yeah, the Audi just is he's getting close. He just needs an opening. The more he puts the Ferrari under pressure, the closer that opening will come to. Oh, it gets a massive slide out of that corner there. That's the problem with that left-hander. If you do it wrong, you're gonna bleed time down the straight. Yeah, man, how it turned out, but it is what it is. You gotta live with it. Yeah, and put it this way, you'll have a lot more good races than you realize. The more bad races you have now, the less you'll have in the future. Just the way it works. Yeah, just scuff for no reason the past 4 months. This game has done everything to uninstall it. Yeah, like just one of those bad runs, Eric. This race is so clean. I am a steward. Oh yeah, you're stewarding today, aren't you? In before there's a massive crash when everyone's involved somehow. Yeah, there's been. Oh, speaking of the devil, what happened to Bendel there? Oh, he's just lost the car under braking. He needs to be careful there. He doesn't lose a lap. Yep, sensibly going way further out so that he doesn't. I've seen it before where cars lose laps by cutting out too much. Yeah, you just jinxed it, by the way. The Bendel had a moment. Oh, he's having another big slide. Whoa. Just pushed the Audi a little bit too far, it seems. Um, Thing is, now that's bringing Nick Cooper in the podium spot potential right here. As Henry taunts under pressure from Amis. That's definitely a track cut from the Mustang. That's a blatant track cut. Um, Mustang trying to use all the tricks in the book, using the speed tokens that is granted to him. Every driver has 2 of them, or sorry, 3 of them, and then you spend a 4th one, you get a DT. That's how I look at it. Your 3 speed tokens, use them wisely. Clearly using one of them to try and get a good run down that little back straight bit out of sector 1, I believe. Yeah, the end of sector 1 just before that straight bit. Look, is voting for car 830. Um, yeah, this has been a really clean race. It would have been a little better if there was more drivers showing up, but it is. Oh wow! Breaking news from F1: Alpine team principal has resigned. There you go. Interesting. Another vote for car 11. Looks like car 11 is going to win driver of the day, folks, if you don't get your votes in the next 9 minutes. I'm assuming that's the news of the team principal. Yeah, Oliver Oakes, the Alpine team principal, resigned 6 minutes. Well, the article was released like 20 minutes ago. I'm just seeing it there now. Interesting. Interesting to see what happens with that. Yeah, this is the only real battle happening on track now. Everyone else is far too spread thin. Henry just trying to keep his top 5 position secure. Entire Gosha Fun Club is here. Yeah, you guys have, what, 6 votes for his driver of the day now, so he's clearly winning it by a landslide unless more votes come in for Sadek, who's on 4. This has been a great race in terms of quality of the driving. There's been very little incidents, which is what you love to see. Oh, Eric voting for Henry. That's a 3rd vote for Henry. Yeah, Eric, if you're wondering, I'm keeping a manual score. Yeah, it seems to be broken, but you can vote on both. I'm keeping a manual tally because Hayden has broken the driver of the day voting, I think. If you want to vote on Twitch as well, go for it. Oh no, Henry! Henry's got a DT. That will be for his track limits. The Misano strikes again. I didn't even see that, so I was too busy doing driver of the day stuff there. And keep an eye on that. That's unfortunate. That will relegate Henry from the top 5. That's gonna probably, that's potentially even knock him out of the top 10. As Picano has said yellow flagged, I think that was just a slight lag moment. Yes, unfortunately, Henry is going to be potentially relegated out of the top 10 for that. Broken game, yeah, it's unfortunate. It's just Misano things. It's brutal on the track limits. Absolutely brutal. There you go, and Henry is in. He's going to serve his DT as quickly as he can. It's don't speed in the pit lane, Henry. Good man. Let's see where this relegates him to. It's going to be probably 10th place, I think. It's going to relegate him to 3rd place in Aston Martin manufacturer. I would imagine he's coming down. This is why I don't like Misano's pit lane, because here you could be speeding up, but it doesn't let you. He's in P8 and there's a Pugashev coming down now. It's going to be tight. Not really, actually. Henry's still not off the pit limiter yet. He is now off the pit limiter, but it's too late. He's been relegated to P9. He is 1.9 seconds behind Pugashev. Let's see. He has 4.5 minutes to try and catch him if he can. First pit Henry did was 59 kph entry speed. How did he not get a stop go 30 or a DT? ACC moment? Yeah, you're not wrong. Why have I been tagged like 4 times in Discord? Oh, never mind. Da, 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 da. Sorry, there was just a bunch of pings coming in at once. My pit stop entry speed was 61. That's wild. Hope I can get in the car again or Wednesday and get a second race manufacturer. Yeah, so vote for 299, so that's Sadek. And another vote for car number 11 brings them to 7 votes. A lot of favoritism for the drivers tonight. 3 minutes to go in this race. Where is Mr. Luke Wilson? There he is. There will be 2 more laps or 1 more lap. I can't remember. I'm trying to remember the length of this track. I think there's going to be 1 more lap after this. This is multiple lap, and he is 30 seconds in the lead. Doing a great job in that Fezza. Who is leading the driver of the day? I ain't biased. Leading the driver of the day is Pugashev, car number 11, with 7 votes. Sadok, 299 Mustang for Dog Academy in P2 in terms of driver of the day with 5 votes, and then Henry has got 4 votes in his P3. Luke Wilson has also got a vote. Oh, someone's voting for 299 again, so that's Sadok up to 6. Yeah, there we go. There's the little voice note. He's on the last lap. Vote 830. Did you not just do that a minute ago? You did. Look at you've already voted. Well, if you're counting that as your Twitch vote, I suppose that's 2. I'll need to speak to Hayden about fixing the driver of the day. Hunter coming in with his vote right at the very end. Gazman, vote 11. That's now 8 votes for car 11. You get 1 vote on YouTube and 1 vote on Twitch, so we'll count that as your 2 votes. Just the driver of the day thing isn't working for some reason. Luke Wilson led a really dominant race, coming down the big, long, windy back straight for the last time. He is more than 30 seconds clear. Let me double check that. Yes, he is. He's 30.4 seconds clear. Coming around the second last corner. An absolutely dominance display for the Ferrari manufacturer. Brilliantly done, and Luke Wilson comes home to take P1 with the fastest lap of a 33.4 as well. Absolutely on another level. Ethan Paulson, P10. He's been lapped, so he's finished P10. Picano, P11. They have been confirmed. Mikolaj is looks like he's going to take P2. Bendel is pushed back in towards the second bracket, but that's not going to be enough. As Michelaj comes home to take P2 in the Ferrari, and Bendel P3 and actually wins the Ferrari class. Paul Mank has finished P12 or something. James Joyce finishing as well. Cooper P4. Ames P5. Sadek is next. He is coming round sector 3. Oh, hang on a second. Oh, Henry. Oh, that was a dive, my friend. Well done to not hit him. Chanced his arm at stealing P7 of Pugashev, but looks like we'll have to settle for P8. Well done, Pugashev P7, Henry P8. Nice dive attempt at the end, and well done for not causing a collision. Last person to cross the line is Mr. Banning, coming around the last corner now. And he's done it. Well done, everyone. Just on a wee victory lap there. Look at that. Lovely. Excellent racing, everyone. Well done to everyone. That was good to watch. Great quality of racing as well. Yeah, 97. He got 2 DTs. Not one, but two, unfortunately. Um, well done, Luke Wilson, for winning the race. Michelage for P2 and Bendel for P3. Well done to you guys. Alright, so last but not least, before we call it a night, I'm going to have to go through the driver of the day votes. So, in P in fifth place. Hang on, how many have we got? One, two, three. In fifth place, we have car 830 Bendel with 2 votes. In fourth place, we have car 420 or Luke Wilson with 3 votes. In third place, we have Henry Taunts with 4 votes. Yes, and then in second place, we have Sadok with 6 votes, which means the winner with 8 driver of the day votes is Pugashev. So well done to you for having a massive fan base come out and support you tonight, which is what we love to see. There you go. I will try and get Hayden to fix the driver of the day for the next race so that it looks better when it's actually interactive. Great race, everyone. Yeah, we're not going to do any interviews just because I am a sleepy boy and I need to go to bed soon. So that is going to be all from me. Well done to everyone. Fantastic race. Uh, so yeah, that's all from us. We will be back next week for round 2, which is Red Bull Ring. Hopefully, I'll be racing in that one, so you'll see me spinning out into the wall. Probably. Tuga Motorsport will be back on Saturday for the mini endurance finale at the Hungaroring, so make sure you tune in for that. See who wins that. That's going to be a spicy one. So there you go. That's all from us. Thank you for coming. Thank everyone for racing. So have a good night, and we will catch you next time. Goodbye.